All right, so I'm here in the studio and I'm going to go over what is in your take-home kit. So I've got a kit here. We're going to unpack it so you know what's in it, maybe a little bit about what it's used for. All right, each of you are going to get or have gotten a lovely cardboard box and a piece of wood. This is called a bat. That's like the fluttery kind that turn into Dracula and whatnot. If you open the box, you will find a big old bag of clay. So this is your clay. This is your clay for the semester. We'll see how it goes. You will also find a plastic bag and another plastic bag. These are important. They will keep your clay wet. You'll end up making a piece. You do all your clay making on the bat, and then you take your bag and you put it over it, and you make sure the bottom is secured. It's wrapped in plastic. It should not dry out. You should be able to work on it continually over a number of days. The corners are cut they're cut round so that it does not rip the bag. Because that's irritating when it rips the bag. Then your whole piece tries out and you're like, oh, I put all that work into it, why? So that's why they're round. You'll find, this is no particular order, by the way. You'll find two paintbrushes. One's larger, one's smaller. You can use these for mixing slip. You can brush slip into places. You'll learn what slip is for. You can also flip it around and use the pointy end, the sticky end. Not the sticky end as in like it looks like a stick. And you can carve in size, do stuff in your clay. You can take a lunch break, eat some dumplings. You'll find a sponge. Sponge is very useful. You can add water, you can wipe, you can smooth. You can absorb water from the inside. Very useful tool, little sponge. You will find either a piece of wire or a string. Either works. This is. When you open the clay, you peel the bag down and you take the wire or string and you pull it through and you separate it a chunk of clay. That's what that's for. There are other, I mean, you can figure out any other things that you can do. It's great. You'll find a needle tool. It has a cork so you don't stab yourself. You can keep it safe. This is good for scoring, making lots of little marks, cutting, trimming, very useful tool. Rather expensive tool, oddly enough. So please take care of it. You only get one. There can only be one. You'll find a modeling tool. Yours may look exactly like this. It may look different. Basically, it is just a piece of wood with shaped ends. You can use this to push into clay, shape it, cut it, poke it, twirl it. Like, it's meant for working with clay. It's very useful for getting into places where your finger can't get, because your finger usually has this thing called a hand that's attached to it, and then it has this arm, and this is kind of big, and it doesn't really get smaller. And you can kind of like, but it doesn't quite fit. This can get into very tiny places and work. So can a brush. It can also get into tiny places. And the last tool is a loop tool. Yours may look like this. It may be bigger. It may have different shapes on the end. That doesn't really matter. You have one, and it's good for carving away clay. You can carve it when it's wet. You can carve it when it's leather hard. You can get into small places again. Useful tool. And I did not give you any of the sponges that look like this. Oh, so you got like nicer sponges. So that's your kit. Please take care of the tools. They are the only ones that you're going to get, very likely. We'll also go over what you can use, found objects in the household as well. And I do expect all the tools to come back. So you're getting them to use. It is a loan. It is not yours to keep. They will need to come back. Okay,